friends, it's Steph. Y'all, I have had so much fun with this polymer clay. So here is our patio, porch, whatever we're going to call this. And you notice it fits just perfect right there. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. And remember, this is a sign that I got from the Dollar Tree. I just cut it off of the end because the top had a star cut out of it. So I just cut this off. It was a little warped, so I painted it and then I put it under something heavy. And that seemed to help it quite a bit. So I do have a small Temu haul today. Y'all, it seemed to take forever to get here. I didn't calculate the days, but it seemed like forever. So all of these items that I have here, I made out of white clay. And then I took chalk pastels, and I'll show y'all what kind I have. I can't remember where I got these. I'm pretty sure I might have got them on Amazon, but I'm not 100% sure. So these are all just chalk pastels, and the way I use them for the polymer clay is you just take one and use your X-Acto knife and just shave off a little powder, and it works perfect. I use a little brush for it, and it works really well. So that's how I got the color on all of these items, and I'm going to show you guys what I made. I saw a little tip, because I am definitely going to be making more with polymer clay, y'all. I absolutely love it. I hate that I waited so long to try it, so I'm really mad at myself. But they have like, you know, like a little container with like little separated sections in it, and you can just put your powder in each one of the sections and it has a lid on it, and that way you don't have to do your scraping every single time. So I might try that and see how I like it. I'm really kind of annoyed right now with my storage situation. Y'all know I use those plastic shoe bins. And honestly, y'all, they've gotten so overwhelming because they have so much stuff in them that every time I need something, I have to dig through those. So I'm really rethinking my storage right this moment. I don't know if I have a solution yet, but I'm going to look and see if I can find anything else. So the things that we made with the polymer clay, so we've got little apples here. Now, one of my daughters made one of these apples. Hers looks better than mine. This is her apple, and these are going to get caramel on them. Sorry, I wasn't even in the camera, y'all. The stick is, I don't know why my camera's not focusing too well today. The stick is the end of a toothpick. I just cut it off. I have not glued that in yet, or anything, and I think I'm probably going to put a coating on this, like Mod Podge or something, just to make it look a little nicer. So we got two what are going to be caramel apples. That's just what we started with. This was just our first batch of things that we worked on. These were supposed to be donuts, but y'all, I think they look more like bagels. So I think I'm just going to call them bagels and be good with that. I might do try to do a little seasoning thing where I do like everything bagel. I haven't quite figured out what to make it out of. If you can think of something, put it in the chat for me and I will give it a try. These are my favorite. These are little Pop-Tarts. I used to make homemade Pop-Tarts for my kids, so I wanted to make these. Now, what I'm going to do, I haven't put the frosting on them yet, but what I'm going to do is I have this liquid polymer clay, so I'm going to mix this with some of my chalk pastels to make like pink and stuff, and then I'll coat those, but they have to be rebaked, so that's why I have not done this yet. I was still trying to figure it out, but if I don't use that, I could also paint these with acrylic paints. So this is just a small like loaf of sourdough bread, you know, that you would bake in a Dutch oven. Not real happy with the colors yet, but I'm still working on it. Now this little loaf, I am happy with the colors, and I felt like it is kind of small compared to the others, but I feel like the scale kind of works. Now, here's one thing to note when you're working with your little chalk pastels. My finger touched one of the green ones as I was picking up the brown to scrape some more, And this would be another good reason to have it in a container. And I got green on my bread. I tried covering it up, but it would not cover up. So we have a little green. It's like moldy bread, but it's not molded. But I love how that turned out. This I'm not so happy about, and I don't know if you can even tell. It was supposed to be a bundt cake, and I'm going to do a little frosting on it and something. I haven't decided quite yet. It was supposed to be chocolate, but I'm just not sure how I feel about it. I do believe it's a little big. So I'm going to try again on that one. And that's just sitting in a Lego thing. So, because I didn't have a dish big enough. That tells you it's too big because I didn't have a dish big enough. In the basket, I have a baguette or a little loaf of French bread. And I'm going to show you guys how I did that one. This is the easiest one to start with to me. This one I had a little cutter that I got that shape from. The round one I just used my hand. The Pop-Tarts I just rolled flat and cut them with my little blade. And then used this tool here to make the like fork marks or whatever on the edges. The apple, we just did a round ball, kind of shaped it a little bit, and then used one of these to get the indents, you know, like on the top, and to poke the hole. The bagels, I used a circle cutter. They're all together in a thing, so, but I just have, oh, sorry guys, I just have a little set of round cutters, and so I used those. I found two that I thought were the size I wanted and went with that. Now on the bread, and the bread's going to go in a basket. I borrowed this basket from the general store. There's some extra bagels down in there, but I'm going to use a little basket for the bread, you know, kind of how you see when you go into the grocery store. Here is one uncolored. So that was kind of how I did it. So I was just going to show you guys. So I just took a little bit of clay and I just kind of rolled it till it got to the length that I wanted and the shape that I kind of wanted. It kind of looks like a loaf of bread. Then I just took my X-Acto knife. I did 3 little slices. You could do as many as you want though. I mean, you could do a couple of them. Then I used, I had another tool here. I don't know what I did with it. But I just kind of spread these apart a little bit in the middle so they look kind of like how bread looks. And then I just took whatever I could find that was nearby and I just did some little stippling just to make it look like kind of breadish crumbs. And I just fiddled with it for a while until it looked like I wanted. Now that those two are done, I have this little pan. Now, if you work with polymer clay, make sure you get you a little baking pan. I think I got this one at the dollar store. And I just put a piece of parchment in it. And make sure that you only use this for baking polymer clay. Okay, now the polymer clay will stay soft until you do bake it. So I just have a dollop of it just sitting over here on my thing. I've read not to store polymer clay like in zip bags and stuff. So I'm not really sure how to store it yet. I have this big chunk of white. This is what I had purchased when I was first going to start with it. And I've just left it in here and I just have it sitting on my table. I do have a bin that I keep all of my supplies in for polymer clay. And so it was just sitting in that bin with a lid on it. But it will not harden. It won't go stale. It won't do anything. So you can just keep it in its original packaging. Just break a little piece off. I use my X-Acto knife to cut off what I want. And that's how I go about it. These are going to be cake pops. Now, I'm not sure on my size yet. I think I need to make them a little bigger, but I'm going to paint these. My fingers were dirty when I rolled these because I was just trying to experiment. I used a piece of wire for the sticks, but these are still a work in progress. And what I'll do is I'll just paint them pink or blue or whatever for their frosting. And I haven't decided on sprinkles yet, but that's kind of like what those are going to look like. This right here is just some of that darn plastic that I couldn't figure out, packaging that I couldn't figure out anything else to do. So I'm going to try to double them up and I'll set it on a plate and that'll just be our display for the cake pops. So that's kind of what I've been working on in polymer clay, y'all. I love it. It is so much fun. I watched a lot of videos. There's a lot of shorts out there. I do have a book on polymer clay, but it's like mainly like savory type foods. Like it shows you how to make lettuce and different meat products and stuff like that. Nothing that would fit in our bakery. So I put the book away and didn't go with it. So that's what I've been working on, and I've been using my little table for scale just to make sure everything's going to fit okay in there. I've really got to narrow down what all's going to be in here because I am running out of space already. But I'm going to figure all this out. And in the Temu haul, I've got some things that are going to help us with display on here. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I did make our little bakery sign. This is just a scrap piece of wood, and I used my Cricut to cut the vinyl. These are just a couple loaves of bread. I had a pie that cut, but it's so small that it wouldn't weed very good, so I ended up not going with that. And I just Mod Podged over this, and it'll just be one of those signs, you know, that real popular right now. You can get those kind at Hobby Lobby and stuff that just lean up against your wall or whatever. So that's what I've been working on this week. Today I did, if y'all remember a while back, I hauled these from Temu, and they're just resin molds. So as I was sitting here today, so my husband was working in the room next to me, so I couldn't film for a while. So I thought, well, while I'm waiting, I'm going to try these, and I painted the little sign. I just did a few little odds and ends things. But I used, these are hard to see because they're still clear, but I made these little bundt cake, little like single serve bundt cakes, I guess we could call them, out of resin. These will be able to be painted. I have not gotten to that part yet. These are just like some little croissants. And yeah, they're just clear. These molds worked really well. I used them with UV resin and put them under my nail light. The cracker one, y'all, I love the crackers. I hope you guys can see this. This little cracker, though, I feel like is the right scale. This one could be maybe a graham cracker, but it's got a bite taken out of it in the mold, or maybe I missed the stuff there, and so maybe that could be graham crackers or something. And then this one I felt was a little too big, so I probably won't use this big one, but I'll probably use these smaller ones. Only problem is you can only make one at a time, so you know, we'll see how that goes. But then those can go into a container into the bakery as well. So that is what I've been working on. I had a lot of fun doing it. I really am so mad at myself for not trying polymer clay sooner because I really, really liked it. It bakes at 275. I think it was for 15 minutes is what I did. You can bake it in your regular oven, but because I have to go upstairs to my oven, I'm thinking about maybe getting a toaster oven. I'll probably wait till like Christmas and ask for one for Christmas. But that way I don't have to go upstairs every single time to bake things, and it'll just be a little more convenient. So we'll see if I decide to do that. I did send the girls, because all my clay was white, I really wanted some colors. So I sent the girls to the store. Well, I wanted individual packets, but they found this. So they got this for me, and I'm going to try it. I don't know how it'll do. Sculpey is the white that I use, so I told them just to get Sculpey. It's supposed to be a good clay. I really don't know the difference in all the clays. But, you know, if I want pink, I can just mix some white with this. And I'll tell you why I say that. This pink has glitter in it, so I don't think I want these glittery ones for food products, but I don't know, maybe for cake frosting, the glittery kind of work. But then there's dark brown, light brown, and white, and the basic primary colors. So I'm excited to try these. They're kind of small little packages. I haven't opened it yet, but they're probably about an inch by 3 inches, 2.5 inches, something like that. So I'm going to try those, and we'll see how it works, and I will let y'all know for sure. If I don't like those, I will get me some of the individual packets the next time I go to Hobby Lobby or a Michael's. So y'all know I gotta do that. I did get some more baby wipes. That's a must to keep your hands clean when you're dealing with this. If y'all noticed when I was making these bread loaves, they're pretty dirty. You can see all the stuff because y'all, everything gets on these. It doesn't matter how clean you think everything is, the little bits and pieces. But since I'm going to color these, I'm not going to worry about the stuff on them because they'll get covered up. So, all right, so let's do a Temu haul, y'all. So I've been planning for the Jurassic Park diorama. So I found these trees. Now I'm not going to open these because if you see, the flocking does kind of come off of them, but there are a variety of sizes. There's this big huge tree. This one's a smaller tree. There's several of them together. Here's one of the smaller ones over here to the side. So I think those will be really well. My friend over at Notorious Crafts, so she was at Hobby Lobby and they had some really nice bottle trees that are on sale in the Christmas section or the fall section. She did a video on miniatures for fall stuff, and I may go and look at those because those looked pretty nice too, because I want a variety. I'm going to put these all together. I still am working this through in my brain, y'all, but I feel like a variety of different types of trees will look really nice. So I got those. I got these little ones because I feel like some ground cover will be good. And y'all, I haven't thought the Jurassic Park thing through just yet. I'm still just getting bits and bobs for it. I still have to get the dinosaurs. So I've looked at the dollar store. I've looked at Hobby Lobby. Excuse me. I think I looked at Walmart, but I'm not quite sure until I get the room box built or the diorama box. I'm not sure what size I want my dinosaurs to be yet, so I'm kind of waiting on that. I did find on Temu they had some pre-made boxes. You know how we made the room box for Lucy and for the general store? Well, they have some pre-made and they run about $5 a piece. You can get 5 for $25. 2 were a little bit more expensive. It was like 2 for $17 or something like that. I'm thinking about ordering some just so I can tell y'all about the quality, but I haven't decided 100% yet. All right, and I'm sorry about my throat, y'all. Of course, I have nothing to drink down here today. Excuse me. These cups, I can already tell you, are going to be too big. I did get these for the bakery. I thought we could have some cups, you know, outside on the table once we get that all made. But those are a little big. These do feel plastic. They are super cute. These might be better for Barbie than for 1/12 scale. So, yeah, I don't know what I'll do with those. We'll see. You know, sometimes I make things that are out of scale. So maybe that'll be one of those things. I'm sorry, I'm reaching behind me to get this stuff. I saw this lamp and I thought about, I don't know if y'all remember the lantern, but I thought maybe this could go in the lantern. Not quite sure if it's the right size yet. I'm going to try it out. This is metal, very well made, y'all. It's very heavy. I really like it. So I'm hoping I can use it there. But you can see even here with the bakery, it's a little small. I mean, I guess it could be a little porch type light. You know, those don't have to be real tall ones. So like one of those solar lights that you have in your yard or something. So super cute. And I did not go through and price these, guys. But if you're interested in them, just let me know and I will tell you. Here's another little group of trees. You see, I just got a variety of trees. All of these were under $5, though. I can tell you that. I think the biggest batch was $5. The rest were under $5. This here is a display tray, like for baked goods. So, I think this will work here in the bakery. Look how cute that is. I love that. And see, it's just about the right size. I think I could put Pop-Tarts, maybe one of these smaller Pop-Tarts on the bottom of it. I am going to do some cookies, so maybe the cookies will go on that. But yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. I think it'll look nice on the main counter. There, I planned on putting some displays there. So I think that's going to work. And I know I got another one of those as well, but it's silver. And here is that one. I wish I'd priced these for you guys. I apologize for that. But there's the silver one. I think those are super cute. it seems like these were more than I liked paying for them, but I wanted them, so I went ahead and sucked it up and paid a little more than I wanted. This is a coffee pot. I thought I got an espresso machine, y'all. I don't know. But this is cute. So it's a little coffee pot. It's got a lid and 2 little coffee cups. The cups are not, they're a little small. I guess those could be espresso cups. But the coffee, I love that little thing. So we probably will use that here in the bakery. It might look a little small, but if it's sitting back on the stovetop, who's going to be able to tell? I don't know what I'm going to do with these 2 little things, but because those are pretty small. But for espresso, they make small cups of espresso, so maybe. This lamp, y'all, I'm almost positive this is not what I thought it was, because if I had known it was a clear lamp, I just don't think I would have bought that. I mean, why would I want a clear lamp? But maybe I can paint it. We'll see. It does seem kind of small, but maybe, you know, next to a couch or something, or a bed, it'll probably look okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with that one yet. So there's that. It's going to fall over there. There we go. It does stand up. It does well. This is a cloche for the bakery. So it will, nice little tray. That's wood. The top is plastic. This I felt was expensive too. I think this was $3 and something, which, you know, I mean, I guess it's okay, y'all. I just felt like it was a little too pricey. I think like $1.79 or something like that would be better for this. But we can put something else, see if our little loaf of bread fits. Yeah, that'll fit in there. But, so see, not too bad. I don't hate it. So, I like that. That works good. And that is for the bakery as well. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, this is cute, y'all. These are little macarons. I don't know what these little, I don't know what all this is. I'd have to look back at the picture to it. But it came with this little container to put them in, but I am not going to put them in the container. I'm going to use this container for something else. But look how cute that is, y'all. It is adorable. It's a little tin, and it's got a clear top on it. And I guess these go in there like for separating, like for cookies and such. I don't know what I'll do with those. There's just a little liner thing, and it did come with a sticker too. This is macarons, but I thought the macarons, you see how tiny they are, but I feel like they can go on one of these tiered trays. So that was what I got those for. They are super cute. I can already tell I'm gonna probably have to have tweezers to get these set up the right way, but look how cute these are. I love them. So I'm glad I got those, and they came with a variety, so I think that'll fill up one of these trays. I like that. And keep the packaging for those so I can keep them put away. I think we only have one more thing. This was kind of a small Temu haul. I did order some more books, but it got past me that those were from a local warehouse. And believe it or not, the local warehouse, it has taken forever for me to get those. I got the stuff from China first. So I don't know what's going on with that. Y'all, I just don't know. I am really looking, like I told y'all last time at Temu, some of their prices are just outrageous lately. So I am looking at other sources for miniatures. Miniatures.com is still open. They were bought out by somebody else. Cindy Minis is still open. She does miniatures. We've got Factory Direct that has miniatures. Obviously Hobby Lobby. Michael's miniatures, I'm not going to lie to y'all, are hit or miss. I feel like a lot of them are not in scale. So I have not been happy with what I've seen there. I'm hoping when we put the pergola together, it's actually in scale of what we're trying to do here. But we'll have to wait and see. So these were a package of like pies. They are stuck in the little packages. They're just resin. I don't know what's on there, y'all. Meringue or something. That could be a peach pie maybe. I just wanted to get these and see cherry pie. They're not the greatest, but if I needed filler for stuff, they could sit off back in the back and not be front and center, and I think they'll be okay. The scale is pretty good. They're probably a little bit big, but if y'all look at my bundt cake there, that's enormous. That's like for a giant. So we'll see. I may or may not use these. They do kind of look very, they're kind of very in your fake-ish. Does that make in your face fake-ish, if that makes sense? I'm not a huge fan of them, so we'll see. I don't mind the cherry one, and I don't mind this one that kind of looks like a chocolate pie. These are kind of iffy. I think I could get away with a peach, calling this a peach pie. So we'll see. I definitely know I'm not going to use these two, but maybe we'll use them for something else. We'll see how that goes. So that was everything I had for today. I do have exciting news though. We did reach 1,500 subscribers. I have a fly in here, y'all. He's driving me crazy. So I am going to do a giveaway. So I'm going to put together a little small flat rate box filled with goodies. So if you are interested, and I apologize to my overseas subscribers, but I am going to have to keep this one to the US this time. But the next time I have a giveaway, I will open it to all of my international subscribers as well. I just can't do it right now with school just starting back and everything. Not knowing what the shipping cost will be. So, but the next one I do will definitely be open to international orders. So I will make sure of that. So if you're interested in being in the drawing, please put it in the comments. Just put drawing, or you want to be in the drawing. And then tell me if you are interested in Miniverse or not, because I do have some extra Miniverse that I could throw into a box as well. So let me know if you're interested in that, and I can include those. There's none of the recalled ones. They're all new ones. So you don't have to worry about getting something that's unsafe. You do need, for the Miniverse, for some of them, you do need a UV light. But I probably have some that do not require UV, so I might look through there and see. So tell me in the comments if you want to be in the drawing, and if you want to, if you're interested in receiving a Miniverse item with your package as well. If not, don't worry about it. If you're not interested in Miniverse, don't worry. I just have a bunch of them, and I have a bunch of duplicates, so that would just be something I could stick in there that would be fun to do. So thank you guys so much. I have survived the first few weeks of school. It has been tough. This last week was our first week with kiddos. I guess it's been, has it just been 2 weeks? I don't even know when I started school. No, yeah, it's just been 2 weeks. We're going on our third week. It's been a little stressful a few days, but I'm really finding my groove and getting into it, and so I'm super excited to be back. My kids are great, and so it's been a lot of fun. So thanks for joining me, friends. I look forward to seeing you guys again next weekend, and hopefully we'll be wrapping this project up, because I have a super fun one that I hope you guys are going to love that's coming up after we finish this one. Don't forget, over at Notorious Crafts, to go and give her a little view. She did go through Hobby Lobby looking miniatures for fall time. If you're interested in doing a fall diorama or vignette or a room box, I am thinking of adding to my list of to-dos a fall market, like a farmer's market kind of thing. I think that would be super fun to do a market stall and everything into a room box. So let me know if you think that would be interesting. Obviously not this fall, because we have a million other things planned, guys. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So thank you so much. And we will have the drawing for the winner next week. I will let you know. So thank you, everybody. I'll see you soon.